I'm always delighted to be with Saul News. This has been such a leader in the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for December 5th, 2025. Just the news reports. Chairman Comer launches an investigation into massive fraud in Minnesota on Governor Walz's watch. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform Committee Chairman James Comer launched an investigation Wednesday into what he refers to as widespread fraud in Minnesota's social services programs under Governor Tim Walz's watch, the state's efforts to cover it up, and retaliation against whistleblowers who sought to protect taxpayer dollars. The committee sent letters to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison seeking documents, communications, and records as part of the committee's investigation. Federal prosecutors have already charged dozens of individuals in the state with stealing more than $240 million from the federal child nutrition program through the Minnesota-based nonprofit Feeding Our Future. While they claim to have served thousands of meals to children during the COVID-19 pandemic, very few of them were actually provided. The Daily Caller reports, Andy Biggs goes off on Maxwell Frost, who keeps talking over him. Republican Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona erupted Tuesday during a House Oversight Committee markup of legislation when Democratic Representative Maxwell Frost of Florida interrupted him. The committee was meeting to address pieces of legislation, including H.R. 151, the Equal Representation Act, which would require that a question about citizenship status be added to the 2030 census and those following. Biggs was explaining his support for the legislation when Frost cut in.
This bill corrects an inequity. So let me give you an example. How many people are in Congress from California that shouldn't be here because you overcounted, including apportionment of illegal aliens? By some estimates, it's as high as seven. My state has 9 representatives. Will we lose some? My guess is we might lose one.
The Constitution is clear that we count persons.
Okay, so from now on, when you're talking, I will interrupt you. Okay, is that fair? You were that rude. You didn't even let me finish my comment. You had to make your point when you can raise your hand and say, hey, I'd like my 5 minutes. Now, while you're doing your 5 minutes, should I just interrupt you all the time? No, I won't, because you know what? I have courtesy and respect, something you lack.
The results of the census and congressional apportionment also affects how many votes each state has in the Electoral College, which elects the President of the United States. And finally, Fox News reports, Melania Trump says 7 more Ukrainian children reunited with families as part of initiative with Russia. First Lady Melania Trump announced Thursday that an additional 7 Ukrainian children have returned to their families in the war-torn country as part of a Russia-Ukraine youth reunification initiative. The First Lady previously wrote a peace letter to Russian President Vladimir Putin, telling him, "It is time to protect children and future generations around the globe," Fox News reported in August. In October, Melania Trump said 8 Ukrainian children displaced during the ongoing war with Russia had been reunited with their families. And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for December 5th, 2025. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.